Hi, welcome to episode 8 of the Comic Source. I'm your host, Jace. In the news, first off, I want to set everybody's mind at ease. Justin Bieber is not playing Robin in the Superman-Batman film. There's no news or announcements or anything from DC that there's even a Robin in the film. Bieber's doing some skit for Funny or Die, and sources close to the movie say that the script he's holding in the photo he posted on Twitter is not even an authentic script. So don't worry, Bieber is not going to be in the movie. Also, news from DC that on October 30th they'll be releasing Action Comics Annual number 2, which will be the new 52 debut of Faora, the female ally of Zod from the Man of Steel movie. This Action Comics Annual 2 issue will be the first chapter in a story called Krypton Returns. So look for that right before Halloween. Also, one more bit of Walking Dead news. It turns out that AMC and Robert Kirkman have greenlit a project to bring an all-new Walking Dead show to the airwaves on AMC. It's going to be a all-new story with all new characters, no one from the comics, and Kirkman says he's excited to explore another corner of the Walking Dead universe. Now on to my reviews for the episode. The first book I'm going to talk about is Batman 23.2, the Riddler issue. This book was written by Scott Snyder and Ray Fox, and the art is done by Jeremy Hahn. Now, this isn't so much an origin issue like some of the other Villain Month books have been, but it does feature the Riddler, and it gives us a really good idea of who the new 52 Riddler is. Basically, the story is about him breaking into Wayne Tower and using his smarts to accomplish his goal. What I really like about this issue and Scott Snyder's approach to the Riddler is the Riddler is used to being the smartest guy in the room at all times. And Snyder and Fox have written a story where the Riddles are back. We see how ingenious and evil and intelligent the Riddler really is. So it's been a lot of years since any writer has really focused on Batman being the greatest detective. Scott Snyder did mention at San Diego Comic-Con this year that he's going to try to get back to the detective CSI type stories once he finishes this current 0-year story that he's working on. So as it pertains to the Riddler, it's great to see them really amping up and focusing on his intelligence so that he can really provide an intellectual challenge for Batman moving forward. One of my favorite Batman stories from when I was a kid is Batman Annual 9, The Four Faces of Batman. There's 4 short stories in the annual, and one of them is Batman having to solve a murder mystery with very few clues. So I really like the fact that Snyder's going to be getting back to the intellectual side of Batman. So I give this issue a solid 9 stars out of 10. I thought Snyder and Fox did a great job focusing on the Riddler, showing how intelligent he is and how he can really present a challenge for Batman. On the art side of things, I hadn't seen or heard of Jeremy Hahn before, but I thought his art was really great. It really suited the style of the story very well. And while there wasn't a lot of action in this story to focus on that part of Jeremy Hahn's art, there was enough to see that there's definite promise there. Get out there and pick up Batman Riddler. Great cover, great story, great art, and a really cool Riddler story. So the next book I'm going to talk about is Eternal Warrior number 1 from Valiant Comics. This book was written by Greg Pak with art by Trevor Hairsine. So for those of you not familiar with the Eternal Warrior from Valiant's first go-around, he's basically an immortal who has been fighting ever since he was old enough to pick up a weapon. He always seems to fight for the side that is in the right, and he basically is a warrior for the earth. Now, one little cool detail about this book is it starts out in ancient times, so ancient that although in present day Gilad is known as the fist and the steel of earth, this was before they even had steel, so Gilad is the fist and the bronze of earth. So the story starts with Gilad. He's preparing for a battle. We meet his son, we meet his daughter. The battle takes place, and throughout the course of the battle, we learn quite a bit about his son and his daughter. They're both interesting characters. And then we fast forward to present day. Gilad has turned his back on the earth, as he put it. He's living alone. He's given up the fighting, and we see that because of this, he's apparently lost his immortality and has actually begun aging. Then his daughter shows up. It's been thousands and thousands of years since he last saw her, so he's very surprised to see that she's still alive. He wasn't aware that she was immortal. She informs him, since he wasn't taking it upon himself to fight, that she took up the mantle for him, but things haven't gone well, and she's there because she needs his help. The last page of the issue is a great full-page spread by Trevor Hairsine. Definitely foreshadows things to come. I thought Greg Pak did a great job of introducing us to Gilad. For those who aren't familiar with them, it's definitely an easy book to jump on and kind of figure out what's going on. The art by Trevor Hairsine has a lot of energy to it. The lines aren't super clean. It's a little bit of a sketchy quality that really lends a lot of energy and movement to the battle scenes. This book is a solid start to the Eternal Warrior series. I give it a 7.5 out of 10 stars. Issue 2 will be out October 9th, and I'm looking forward to more action and learning a little bit more about what Gilad's been up to all this time. The final book I'm going to cover this week is Mighty Avengers #1. This book is written by Al Ewing with art by Greg Land. Now this book sort of ties into the big Infinity event that Marvel has going on right now. Basically what's happened is the Avengers have left Earth to go fight the builders of the universe, and Thanos learns that the Earth is unprotected, and he comes to search for the final Infinity Gem, which he believes is on Earth, possessed by Black Bolt, or at least Black Bolt knows where it is. So Thanos is here, he's attacking New York, there's no Avengers supposedly to defend it. Luke Cage, the former Power Man, and Monica Rambeau, formerly known as Captain Marvel, both are in New York close at hand when they hear Thanos' forces land, and they hear the explosions, and they take it upon themselves to collect what few heroes they can and confront Thanos' minions. Once they arrive there, they confront the minions. Proxima midnight, one of Thanos' generals states that they're basically there because there are no Avengers. Luke Cage says, guess what? We're the Avengers. So it's kind of an eclectic band of heroes. As I mentioned, Luke Cage, Monica Rambeau, there's also the new Power Man, White Tiger makes an appearance, also the Superior Spider-Man, which as you may or may not know is actually Dr. Octopus, and finally there's a mysterious figure, we don't know who exactly it was, some male that was with Monica Rambeau as she heard the explosions. He's got himself a Spider-Man suit on because they happen to be in a costume shop, but he certainly isn't Spider-Man, so there's that mystery to look forward to. The art by Greg Land, you know, it's typical Greg Land art. It's really pretty to look at, but the anatomy is sometimes kind of strange. You know, the women all seem to be posing, sometimes not in ways that a real woman could actually pose. And the facial expressions and the storytelling from panel to panel leave a little bit lacking. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good issue. It's a cool start. It's nice to see some lesser used heroes in an Avengers book, so I'm certainly interested to see where this goes from here. I'm going to give Mighty Avengers #1 a 7 out of 10 stars. So once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. Feel free to leave comments, shoot me some emails. The email is down below. Feel free to ask questions or give me suggestions, or if there's something you want me to review or give you my thoughts on, I'd be more than happy to do it. The email is thecomicsourceblog@gmail.com. Join me next time when I discuss Wolverine Max #11, Aphrodite 9 issue #5, and Action Comics 23.3 starring Lex Luthor. I'll see you then.